In this segment, I will be focusing on highlighting some of the key features and updates to our reporting dashboard. Quite a bit has changed, and we would want to make sure that you are familiar with the new charts and the new figures that are being presented. To the left, starting, we have a new navigation panel. In this navigation panel, there are three areas, starting with the video audits and anything related to that. A monthly overview that will be showcasing your projected revenue as well as the estimated lost value. In the second segment, you will be able to access advanced analytics regarding employee performance and sales performance for the venue. And in the third section, you will be able to very soon actually access a inventory application or inventory portal, allowing you to take inventory for your venue. Starting with the video audits at the top, as you log in, you will now be able to actually see the data in a more clearer picture. The most recent audit is always displayed first. At the very top left, we have now introduced a glimpse score. The score typically goes from 1 to 10 and is being comprised of values that are related to the dollars lost, the amount of items or servings that were lost within that audit, the at-risk dollar value, and the amount of at-risk items that were recorded on the POS outside of the standard operating procedure. Equally, we are integrating also the level of the volume within that audited time period and the day of the week. In this particular case, the score is a 4, 4 being not as good. And typically, based on the score, you will be able to quickly tell how much time you would want to allocate towards identifying the key issues with this audit. In the center, you will be able to see how many items were lost, meaning these are items that were served indisputably and seen in the camera as served, but not rung up within the time frame of the audit, in this case 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. And to the top right, you will be able to see the at-risk percentage. The at-risk percentage is categorized as very good, good, high, or very high in increments of 5%, 5% or below being very good, 5 to 10% being good, 10 to 20% being high, and anything above 20% being very high. These are the items that were served late or rung up late on the point of sale station. To quickly access the corresponding transactions, you can click on this button. This will immediately take you to the different transactions that were recorded as being served, however, not rung up on the point of sale system. Equally, if you were looking to actually assess why the score was, in this case, high or very good, good, or very high, you may be able to just click on the button and get some additional insights that will tell you on one side, on the left side, which employees had the most transactions that were non-compliant, practically outside of that time window that you allocated to be a good standard operating procedure for serving and recording the drink on the point of sale. And on the right side, you will be able to actually tell which categories were the most non-compliant, were rung up or served late. In this case, the wine glasses were most non-compliant. 4 out of 4 sales that were audited were outside of that time window. Equally, at the very bottom, you will be able to see a historical chart, which can be switched in its view between the score percentage of transactions and dollars that were at risk or lost, or the dollar value within that same report. Going back to the top, This is also a new section that we introduced. In this chart, you will be able to see the entire audited day and the amount of transactions that were actually processed on the POS in the gray bars. Over here in this blue time period, you will be able to actually assess the time period that was actually audited, so 9 to 12 a.m. in this case. And you will be able to see hour by hour which was actually the time slot with the highest loss at risk or compliance. In this case, we can see that between 9 and 10 p.m., it appears you had the highest volume of business. This is the bar that is actually the highest, right? So here we had a lot of transactions, and also in this same time, you had the most lost items recorded. We can see that between 10 and 11 p.m., in this case, we had less lost items. However, we had more items that were served or recorded late. And between 11 and 12, towards the end of this shift, you had less items that were actually at risk or lost. In this case, none of them were lost during that time period.